Hi everyone, my name is Alex, and today I'll show you how to download, install, and set up VS Code for workshops at Dev. First of all, you're gonna need to download the VS Code. Let's just search up VS Code in Google, and the first link is what we need. There'll also be a link to this page in the description under this video. Then you'll download the executable for your operating system. In my case, it's Windows. The installation process may differ if you're using macOS or Linux, but I'm gonna start the executable. Accept it. These are all okay. You can keep those as default. If you want the desktop icon, you can check this one as well. Awesome. Let's launch VS Code. It has launched on my different monitor. There it is. So, quick introduction in VS Code's UI. On the left, you have your tabs. The main one you'll be using is called Explorer. By clicking on it, you can expand it. Explorer is basically a file explorer with a file tree embedded in your IDE. Right now, we don't have any folder selected, so it has the initial screen messages. But let's open a folder. The folder you'll open will be the one you're using for your project. It's recommended that you select a new folder for every project you work on, or for every new workshop. But it's a good practice to keep all those project folders in one big root folder. For example, in my documents, I will create a folder called code. And here I will be creating a new folder for every project I work on. For example, I'll set up one for a web development workshop. I'm going to just select this folder. The VS Code window reloads. Yes, you want to trust the others in this folder. You can check this box to trust the entire parent folder code. And this is your VS Code editor with your file tree open. A few more notable things. The center window here is the file editor. Let me try to create a text file. Hello.txt. And I can see that I can type text here. And this is your normal text editor. But the power of VS Code is that besides just being a glorified text editor, it can do beautiful things with code. If I change the file extension to, for example, .js for JavaScript, I get syntax highlighting. I can run a function, and it gives me something called IntelliSense, which is the hints you get when typing something. For example, if I define a constant number, set it to 1, it hints me that there is a constant number when I start typing, and the same works with many other languages. And also you get the syntax highlighting with the color theme. A few other notable things. Here you have the search bar, search panel, which allows you to search something in the document you have open. If you want to search in the file, in all files in the file tree, you just press Ctrl F while you are in the file tree. Next, you have the version control or source control. You use this if you are using Git to collaborate with other people or deploy a project to the cloud. You have the run and debug, and you have the extension store. Extensions allow you to further expand the functionality of VS Code by adding support for more programming languages, built-in features such as code analysis tools. But for most of our web development workshops, we'll be using an extension called Live Server. And to install, you just search it and press install. What it allows you to do is rapidly run a server on your computer to visualize a HTML page in your web browser locally without any hassle deploying an actual server. I'll give you an example. I will create a new file, index.html. Here I will put an exclamation mark and press tab, which allows me to put in an HTML template for a page. And here I just write some very basic HTML, hello world. And now to open this page in my web browser, I just right-click the HTML file and select Open with Live Server. I'll just wait a couple of seconds. And yes, you will want to allow it to access networks. It may ask you an admin permission as well. And now if you open the web browser, it automatically opens this web page. And it's hosted on my local host on the built-in server. And if I put it in a side-by-side view, and I make some changes to my HTML code, for example, I say my name is Alex, and I press Ctrl S to save it, you can see that the web page on the right updated automatically. This is also one of the features of Live Server, which allows you to very dynamically make adjustments to your code and immediately see the changes. One more thing about the file editor is that you can have multiple files open at the same time in the editor. These tabs work exactly like in a web browser. You can close them. There are also many keyboard shortcuts that you can search up online if you want. And you can keep as many of them open as you want and regularly switch between them. Files do not by default save automatically, but you can enable autosave right here. And by default, it will automatically save files some period of time, so you're not losing data in case anything crashes. So this is a recommended setting to check. And when you're done working with VS Code, you can just close it. And one more thing, if you want to access console while using VS Code, there's a built-in console. There are these tabs on top with additional functionality. One of them says called terminal, new terminal. And this is a command line of your computer, which is embedded in the UI of VS Code. And here I can type all commands I would do in the regular command line. I can make folders, create a folder. I can run Python code. I don't have it installed on this machine, but it will be able to run Python code or any other compiler that is installed in your machine. And then you can also just close it. This is how you install and set up VS Code to participate in workshops in Dev. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out in Discord or in the comments, or just come to workshop and ask questions. Thank you for watching, and as always, we are thrilled to have you.